Special Olympics World Winter Games. The Special Olympics has sports competitions for athletes. It has the Special Olympics World Winter Games. Athletes with disabilities compete in the Winter Games. Turn the page. The 2025 Winter Games is in March 8th. The 2025 Winter Games is March 8th through 15th. The World Winter Games is in Turin, Italy. More than 1,500 athletes will compete in the Winter Games. The athletes come from more than 100 countries. The countries include South Africa, Germany, Paraguay, the US, Canada, South Korea, Luxembourg, and more. Turn the page. The Winter Games start with an opening ceremony. The opening ceremony will be on March 8th. Athletes will march in the opening ceremony. They will march to honor their countries. The opening ceremony will have live performances. Don't turn the page yet. The opening ceremony will include music, dancing, and fireworks. People will use a torch to light a fire. The fire will be a big container called a cauldron. Then the Winter Games will start. Now you can turn the page. The Special Olympics has Winter Games every 4 years. The Winter Games includes winter sports competitions. The 2025 Winter Games includes 8 winter sports. The winter sports include alpine skiing, cross-country skiing, dance sport, figure skating, speed skating, snowboarding, and snowshoeing. Turn the page. The winter sports include floorball too. Floorball is played on a gym floor. Athletes use plastic sticks to hit a ball. They try to hit the ball into a goal. The floorball team with the most points wins. Turn the page. Athletes may compete on teams or by themselves. The athletes will compete to win medals. An athlete wins a gold medal for first place, silver medal for second place, and a bronze medal for third place. Turn the page. The Winter Games will have a closing ceremony on March 15th. People will celebrate the athletes at the closing ceremony. People will put out the fire in the cauldron. Then the Winter Games will end. Many people will go to the 2025 Winter Games. They will see the athletes compete. Would you like to see the Special Olympics World Winter Games? Turn the page. Group in the news. Special Olympics. The Special Olympics is a group for athletes with disabilities. The athletes include adults and kids. About 5 million athletes are a part of the Special Olympics. Eunice Kennedy Shriver started the Special Olympics in 1968. Its headquarters is in Washington, D.C. Turn the page. Place in the news. Turin, Italy. The Special Olympics World Winter Games is in Turin, Italy. Turin is a city in northern Italy. The Po River flows near Turin. Turin is near the Alps mountain range. Many people ski in the Alps each year. All right, we're going to turn the page. Scrolling. All right. I am going to read the questions, and you are going to answer them. Get ready. What is this paper about? Ice-Alaska, Special Olympics World Winter Games, or the Cleveland Museum of Natural History? What is this paper about? Ice-Alaska, Special Olympics World Winter Games, or the Cleveland Museum of Natural History? 2. Who will compete in the Winter Games? Singers, chefs, or athletes? Who will compete in the Winter Games? Singers, chefs, athletes. Question 3. Where is the 2025 Winter Games? Turin, Italy, Madrid, Spain, Caracas, Venezuela. Where is the 2025 Winter Games? Turin, Italy, Madrid, Spain, Caracas, Venezuela. Question 4. What sport is played on a gym floor at the Winter Games? Floorball, snowshoeing, tennis. What sport is played on a gym floor at the Winter Games? Floorball, snowshoeing, tennis. Question 5. What does an athlete win in the Winter Games? Trophies, plaques, medals. What does an athlete win in the Winter Games? Trophies, plaques, medals. Question 6. What does the Winter Games start and end with? School meeting, picnic, ceremony. What does the Winter Games start and end with? School meeting, picnic, ceremony. Question 7. What is not a winter sport in the Winter Games? Water skiing, figure skating, snowboarding. What is not a winter sport in the Winter Games? Water skiing, figure skating, snowboarding. Question 8. When is the next Special Olympics World Winter Games? 2026, 2029, 2028. When is the next Special Olympics World Winter Games? 2026, 2029, 2028. All right, make sure every single question is circled and then turn in your paper to the turn-in pile.